Om Shri Sai Ram. In the year 1976, during the monsoons, a huge storm hit Hong Kong. It was called Storm Violet. It would possibly be better to call it as Storm Violent because that was the impact that it had. In fact, 2-3 people lost their lives also in that storm. During that storm, there was this devotee lady. She had heard about Swami. She had not yet made a trip to India to see Swami. Her name was Madhu Hardasani. And she was yearning for a picture of Swami. She wanted to have a photo of Swami by her side with her, like how I have here, like how I'm sure all of you have with you. So she was also yearning that I want a picture of Bhagwan, but this was 1976. And in 1976, it wasn't easy to get photographs of Swami. So as this Storm Violet hit Hong Kong, she, like all the others, locked her doors and kept safe within, indoors. And as the storm passed by and she opens her door, what does she find? The storm had brought a picture of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba to her doorstep and had placed in a bamboo rack that was there just outside her house that photo of Swami, And she was so thrilled, and in fact she began the Bal Vikas classes in Hong Kong, and it has grown and to what it is today. Because whenever we face storms in our life, we get upset, we get frustrated, we get worried, we get irritated, we wonder whether God has left us. What we don't realize is, even in these storms, Swami comes to us. Swami uses these storms to come to us and establish deep-seated faith and love in our hearts. I'm reminded of the fantastic, fascinating, mind-boggling, I don't know what other adjectives to use, that kind of an experience of a Sai brother whose name is Kumar, who was a student of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning in the 80s. Let's travel back in time to the 9th of December 1986. All the boys in the hostel were getting ready to go to Mandir. As they were all rushing, that day, Kumar saw something that got him a little worried. Swami, in fact, had blessed his parents with a room right next to the present day Sai Kulwant Hall. Back then, there was no Sai Kulwant Hall. East Prashanti A1. The first room in the first building that you come as you're entering and going towards the Mandir. So that was a room that Swami had blessed his parents with. They were staying there. A small room. That day, Kumar saw his father standing very, very, very pensive, worried and tense outside the house door. And he saw that there were a lot of footwear there. Something must have happened wrong. So instead of going left into the Mandir, he took a right and went into his home. And he saw his father and asked, "Father, what happened?" The father said, "Kumar, Amma, mother. What happened to mother?" And he entered to a scene which no son or daughter would love to or would even want in their most dreaded dreams to be in. His mother was lying on a bed, surrounded by all the top doctors of the general hospital. Back then, there was no super specialty hospital at Puttaparthi. It was only the general hospital. And all the who's who, including the head doctor, Dr. Chari, he was also there. "What happened, doctor?" "Kumar, the pulse is very weak. At best, your mother has 15 to 20 minutes, that's all." "What needs to be done?" "All that needs to be done has already been done, Kumar. I would suggest that you go the other side, sit for darshan and ask Swami." Now, Kumar himself was going through a difficult phase in his life. He was out of form. This is a term that students used to use when Swami's physical frame was there. In form and out of form. This is possibly a term that's borrowed from sports, where a player in form, like for me, cricket is a sport that is very dear or very close to my heart. So in cricket, when a batsman, a person who is batting and is in form, then he just can't do anything wrong. Even if he mistimes a shot, he doesn't hit the ball properly, the ball sails over the boundary and he scores a maximum. But when a batsman is out of form, even when he plays a good stroke, he can get out. So these are the terms, and we use this even for the students. So basically what is this? When a student is in form, like a batsman in form, he just cannot do anything wrong. Take a hypothetical situation where the students are rushing in for darshan, Swami is coming, so everybody is rushing. Like, before I became a student, I used to call the students as a herd of white buffaloes. Like when you look at the Serengeti plains in Africa, if a lion is chasing a herd of wild buffaloes, how they run, that is how they used to run, And I used to feel that this is the reason why Swami calls them Dunapotas. Dunapota in Telugu means buffalo. Because exactly these are a herd of wild buffaloes. They come in at the last minute and come and occupy all the front seats, and Swami goes and talks to them only. What about us who are sitting in a disciplined manner? If you can't beat them, join them. That's why I decided I'm going to become a student now. I am also going to become a white buffalo in this herd of white buffaloes, so that I too can get proximity with Bhagavan. Anyway, so this is how, so when I'm saying form, when they rush in like that, there are some elderly devotees who are walking there and suppose this student is out of form. When Swami comes, Swami will come and scold the student. He will just blast him out of shape. He will tell him, Buddhi ledu, no brain. Elderly people are walking there. You're rushing in like some dog, some pig, some buffalo over here. What if you had hit one of those people and they had fallen? They would have broken their bones. No common sense, nothing. Indiscipline. This is what will happen if you're out of form. If you're in form, Swami will not even tell about anything about that. Swami will just come and talk normally as if everything is normal. In case there is somebody who tells Swami also, Swami, I think we should tell the students to come in little slowly, Elderly people are walking, by chance something happens. So if they try to give this advice to Swami, Swami will defend that boy. Swami will say, in the world you find young girls and boys of this age running behind movie stars, running behind sports stars, running behind other things. Do you see them running behind God? These youngsters are running behind God. We should encourage them. So that is what will happen when you are in form. So Kumar was in a very funny state. I said in the beginning that he was out of form. He was not out of form, because even in out of form, Swami comes and deems you fit to receive his scoldings. Kumar was in a state possibly which we can call as deformed, where you are ignored. That is the worst kind of treatment, the silent treatment. Swami doesn't praise you, it's okay. At least Swami scolds you that karma is burnt, it's done. He's at least talking to you, man. When God speaks to you, it is such a magnificent feeling. The first time Swami spoke to me, he called me mental hospital, and I celebrated because it doesn't matter what he calls you. He spoke to you, right? That's enough. Swami's words, Swami's actions, Swami's thoughts, everything is saturated with the sweetness of love. The Madhurashtakam says, Adharam madhuram nayanam madhuram vadanam madhuram hasitam madhuram. It sings of Krishna. His eyes are sweet, his lips are sweet, his nose is sweet, his hairs are sweet. That whole Madhurashtakam has 8 stanzas which describes everything about Krishna which is sweet. Same thing about Swami, everything about Swami is sweet. His every word is sweet. If he calls you buffalo, you feel joy. So even if Swami scolds, it doesn't matter. Out of form is also preferred. Not deformed. But Swami would say, when you get deformed, it's because he wants to see you reformed. That is for that. Swami would say that when a stretch of road, a highway is being repaired, I will not use that to travel. It's not because I don't like the highway. It's because I don't want to impede the repair works going on. I want the repair to go on faster so that I can use that road once again. Okay. So all this is good in retrospect, but when you're going through, it's terrible. It's terrible. You feel like digging a hole in the earth and burying yourself there. Like, Swami is not looking at me. What is the use of anything? And Kumar was in that state. I had to give this elaborate explanation so that you understand how he would have felt when the doctor told him, go and tell Swami that is the only hope. He immediately realized that I am now getting the silent treatment from Swami. Where will Swami speak to me? So Kumar requested, he said, doctor, can you sit in the front and tell Swami this is the condition? The doctor said, okay Kumar, I will do that. You also try. Let's see whatever happens. So with those prayers, both of them left the home. The timer was ticking, just 15 minutes. Kumar went straight into the bhajan hall. He was a bhajan singer, a very good singer at that. And he has composed bhajans as well. And he went and he told his other brothers in the bhajan group his situation and requested for the front seat. Yes, he sat there. And there were many occasions when, what I forgot to mention here is, by the time Kumar and the students had arrived to the mandir, Swami had already completed his darshan rounds and taken devotees for interview. So that is the reason Kumar went into his home. There was no use of going into the darshan grounds immediately because darshan was anyway complete. So now the next opportunity he would get to speak to Swami was bhajan time. So he thought, I'll wait. And he hoped that Swami would complete the interviews earlier and come out a bit early for bhajans, because Swami would come and sit in the bhajan hall, and if bhajans have not yet begun, the bhajan boys, the bhajan singers would have a chance to speak to Swami. He asked whether he could sing the second bhajan itself, because the first bhajan is Ganesha bhajan. He had a bhajan in his mind which he thought he would sing for Swami. So he was given the second bhajan and he just waited. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes passed. And then Kumar realized that the time that the doctor had given was over. Already his mother's pulse had been extremely weak. There's no way she would be alive. In fact, when after 15 minutes, 20 minutes passed in the clock and Swami didn't open that interview room door, Kumar's eyes were just focused on the interview room door. Sitting in the front of the bhajan hall, you could actually look at the interview room door. He was just hoping that the handle would go down and it would open, but it didn't. We feel this, right? In the biggest storms of our life, we feel that Swami is not coming to us. Swami, when I didn't have much of a problem, you came to me, you came in my dream, you answered me, you solved. Now, Swami, when I'm having the toughest time of my life, why you don't come? Kumar gave up. Kumar now began to think of what all needs to be done to arrange for the funeral, where to procure the firewood from, and what all needs to be done, because in 1986, all these facilities were not available like that in Puttaparthi. And then Kumar also thought whom all he has to invite, And he was thinking nobody in his family had actually come to Swami. He had been telling, his parents also would tell the relatives that you should come. Finally, they would be coming, but what an occasion. They're coming to attend his mother's funeral and then they will have darshan of Swami. He just wished that he could have brought them in better circumstances, better scenario. But it is what it is. So he made all these plans. Half an hour passed and the bhajan also began, the Omkaram began. Swami had not come out. The Ganesh bhajan was going on. And towards the end of the Ganesh bhajan, the door opened. Swami came out, walked out. As Swami walked out, Dr. Chari, who was seated there, got up and went to Swami, and Kumar was happy that this doctor had taken the courage to get up and walk to Swami. But Swami seemed to dismiss him. Just heard him and okay, sit. Sent him away. Oh, okay. So the doctor just went back and sat. What can he do now? Swami now walks in and sits on the throne in the bhajan hall. And Kumar is desperately trying to catch Swami's eye. But you know what? Swami is avoiding him. And Kumar is wondering, Swami, every day you avoid me, it's okay, Swami. Today don't avoid me. Today, Swami, I'm in a situation where only you can help me, Swami. You punish me with your silence for how much ever time you want any other day. Not today, Swami. Just like, you can empathize, right? Tears are flowing down his eyes. But the hard-hearted Lord is not looking at him. And Swami is just sitting there. Avoiding even looking at Kumar. As the first bhajan concluded, Kumar started. He started his bhajan which has the alap. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva. Tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva. Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva. Tvameva sarvam mamadeva deva. Oh Swami, you're my mother, you're my father. You're my friend, you're my everything, Swami. And then the bhajan. Sai pita aur mata sai. Deena dayala data sai. Sai pita aur mata sai. Kumar was choking with emotion. His mother is gone. His divine mother is not looking at him. Where do you go to? Sai Guru Sai Sakha Sahodara. Now that's the line where you start building up crescendo and call out to Swami. And even as Kumar begins this, what does Swami do? Swami doesn't even look at him. Gets up and walks out of the bhajan hall. Walks out of the bhajan hall and Kumar just collapses. He just collapses. He's unable to, he has to sing the bhajan, but somehow he continues to sing. Just imagine, he's wondering, Swami, you're not even looking at me and you're getting out and walking out on me, Swami. If you walk out on me, what will happen to me, Swami? You don't walk out on me. That's it. He completes the bhajan somehow. And he tells that he doesn't want to sing anymore. Swami, if you're going to leave, if you're going to walk out because I'm singing, then I won't sing, Swami. And within moments of him completing his bhajan, Swami comes back. Swami also, no, arey, wow. I'm getting emotional because I'm narrating the story from Kumar's perspective. But Swami also, like, he is a Jagannataka Sutradhari. He's a divine director. He walks back in. Just walks back and sits and continues. Nothing. Many times Swami says, God's heart is like butter, a little warmth of your love and it will melt. These storms in life, when we wonder whether God's heart is existent or not. Is it at least made of stone? Because even stone possibly can be melted like lava. But Lord, your heart doesn't seem to melt at all. The bhajans concluded. Swami received Aarti and he left. Kumar got up from his seat, walked out of the bhajan hall. And everybody, Kumar. I already know all this. All this Kumar is thinking. When I was coming for darshan itself, I knew. You all rushed in to occupy places in the front. I know I don't need to listen. He just ran towards his home because he knew what would have happened. And he was right. The scene that he saw, at a distance, there are 4 volunteers rushing with the mother on the stretcher. They're walking and trying to go towards a vehicle. They're headed towards the general hospital. His father has come out of the house full face flooded with tears. Kumar, Kumar, he's telling Kumar's name. He's unable to lock the house. Kumar just goes and says, Dad, I know, father. You go now, I'll lock and come. So the father just gives the key in Kumar's hand and he runs. Kumar doesn't lock the house, he opens it and goes in. He just looks at that small space that Swami had given to his parents. And he realizes that it's never going to be the same anymore. It's never going to be the same. He goes to the bed where his mother was lying, falls on his knees and weeps his heart out. Because once he gets back to the hospital, he needs to be strong. He needs to support his father. He cries, weeps, gets up, then walks out, locks the door, wipes his tears, heads towards the general hospital. And at the general hospital, there's a volunteer standing at the gate, guarding the hospital, and he tells, the lady, they brought on a stretcher. And that person possibly didn't know the language. He said, up. And Kumar says, yes. Yes, I know she has gone up. But let me go there then. So he rushes to the crematorium. Now when he reaches the crematorium, he's in for a shock. He's seeing that there's nobody there at the crematorium. What happened? He goes back to the guard and he says, where is she? The guard again says, up. He says, I know she passed away, but she's not at the crematorium. Then that person says, no. They took her up in the hospital to the ICU. ICU? He goes up. He climbs the stairs, goes to the room where his mother's body is supposedly kept. Out comes his father, tears filling his eyes. But something is not matching, because the father is not having a sorrowful face. His face is filled with tears, but there's a beaming smile. He says, Kumar comes and embraces his son. What happened? He said, Swami has brought back your mother to life. Kumar is totally befuddled. In fact, a few days later, in a private session in the bhajan hall to the teachers and students, Swami himself narrated what had happened. See, I was crying when I was narrating Kumar's perspective, right? Even as I think of Swami's perspective, I get tears, because that is the love of the Lord. Swami said, this boy, with all his feeling, he's asking, praying for his mother and telling, Sai, Mata, Pita, how can I sit there? I couldn't sit. I had decided that his mother will not go, but hearing him sing like that, I couldn't even sit. What did Swami do? Swami got up from his chair, walked straight into his home and asked, what is the ruckus happening over here? And the father went and said, Swami, she's gone. The ECG machine had flatlined there, she was gone. The doctors stood with their heads bent. Swami said, where did she go? Sitama? Swami said, get me a glass of water with a spoon. It is tradition when a person passes away here in India, they pour a spoon of water in the mouth, a second spoon and a third spoon. This water doesn't go in, it just comes out because the person is gone, right? It's just the body there. 3 times when that water comes out, it's conclusive evidence that the person is gone. It's considered that the person is gone. So Swami poured the first spoon of water, it came out. He poured the second spoon of water, it came out. And he picked up the third spoon of water to pour, and this would be conclusion that she's gone. That is when the father held Swami's hand and said, no, Swami, no. No, Swami, no. Swami said, hey, fool, you let go of my hand, foolish fellow. Swami pours in the third spoon. Goes in. It goes in, she opens her eyes. The heartbeat is back. heartbeat is back. And Swami tells Sitama, they are telling that you went, where you went? She closes her eyes, she folds her hands, not closes her eyes, she opens her eyes, folds her hands. She's so thrilled to have Swami's darshan. Swami now looks at the doctors and said, I have done what I needed to do. You go and do what you need to do. The doctors. That is what had happened, and Swami had walked back. In the meanwhile, they had summoned people, a stretcher had been brought, all that. And what Kumar saw and thought that all this is gone was actually a misunderstanding. Because we are disappointed, we are despondent, we are dejected during the storms of our life, we fail to see the miracle that the Lord is working. That is why we hate His uncertainty, because we become blind, we become deaf, we become mute to the love and grace and blessings He is pouring on us through those storms. If only we are able to keep our eyes and ears and hearts open, we will realize that each and everything that Swami does is for our good. We may say, yes, in this case, Swami resurrected Kumar's mother. What if he hadn't? Why did he resurrect Kumar's mother? For everyone's good. If he didn't, that also would be for everyone's good, that's all. Because Swami is love. Swami is selflessness. From the tip of his hair to the tip of his toe, Swami would say there isn't an iota of selfishness. And that powerful Swami, that loving Swami, is in action even to this day. Even to this very day. Accidents, misfortunes continue to happen. Yep, I'm not immune to this. It comes. I was just wondering, Swami, why these things are happening? But then, I go back. I go back to my past. Look at experiences in my life. And I can tell with complete conviction that even in the worst possible times, Swami has been there. And it's all with a reason. Everything is with a reason. I'm sure each and every one of us faces storms in our life. But my only prayer to Swami is, Swami, at such times, let me not forget how loving you are, Swami. Swami can't bear to see a tear in our eyes, unless it's a tear of joy. If whatever pain we feel, He feels it 100 times. Let us remember that. If I'm feeling one pin pricking me, He's feeling 100 pins pricking Him. When I feel a little sliver of joy, He feels so happy. That's why He says, bliss is my food. You want to feed me? Give me your bliss, your happiness.